funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and reconnect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress and bring me looking like when blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleanse me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Hey, so I come here to tell y'all, and I'm going to be truthful and transparent with y'all. I am 5 months pregnant, and I went on my first date last week. And I feel like more ladies who are going through your pregnancy alone, it's okay to date as long as you have good intention. My child's father, when I met him, he acted like he was this church guy, was always in church. Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, always there being supportive, right? We used to pray together. We would go, dates and events and stuff like that. But what got the best of us was the temptation of the flesh. And us giving in to temptation, it did cause me to get pregnant. Once I told him, because I had made a promise to God, I'm 31 years old. I'm not about to be flying to another state to go kill a child, to unalive, sorry. I'm not finna go do that. This is my son, not having a boy. As far as me and his relationship, he has not really supported me through this pregnancy. He only came to 2 doctor's appointments. He only texts every now and then. He don't have any children. He's 39 years old. Well, going to be 39 years old, and this is his first child. I was not expecting him to act that way. But long story short, I waited 5 months. 5 months into my pregnancy and said, you know what? It's lonely. A lot of crying, a lot of depression, a lot of wanting to give up, a lot of downing myself, making myself feel horrible because I was so stupid to just get pregnant by this dude when I wasn't even trying, And so I decided to get on this dating site that was strictly for single parents. It's called STIR, right? STIR. I put in my bio, I am a pregnant woman that only wants to date and get to know somebody and possibly after the birth of my child, pursue something serious. Okay? So guys were still writing me, but you also got to be careful because a lot of those guys only want to mate with you because they you're pregnant. And so a lot of them can be pervy. So you got to be very careful. The guy that I ended up writing, that he ended up writing me, don't stay far from me at all. And we went on our first date last week. Happened to be a white guy. I've never dated a white guy before, so this was the first time. To this day, he is still such a sweetheart. That man tells me how beautiful I am every chance he get. And I'm not used to hearing that on the regular basis. Guys I dated in my past, the black guys, they were either telling me that I was too good for them. They would try to leave. They felt intimidated. Same old. But this guy, he calls me every day. He texts me every morning when he's getting ready to go to work. We are going on another date tomorrow night. We are. And so far, so good. Everything is okay. He understands my situation. When I feel down about my pregnancy, he reminds me of how strong of a woman that I am to choose life. And I'm having my son who might be a mama's boy. And he just reminds me and give me affirmation and speak life into me that you're going to be okay. And I am not used to that, you guys. But it is an amazing feeling. It is an amazing feeling. I may get some negative backlash about this. I may. Who knows? But at the end of the day, me dating him and getting to know him has helped, along with church, with my depression, with wanting to give up, And so I am grateful. And I just tell all the other pregnant women, if you feel like you're alone, find God first. And then try to date. Try to date with no sex. Try to date with just getting to know each other, bonding, spirituality, emotionally. There's so much more than just sex in this world. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Salute everybody. Salute, 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 salute. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, goodness gracious. We got a lot to talk about on this topic tonight, y'all. We really do. Got a whole lot to talk about. But before we get to it, how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing very well tonight. Hope y'all doing very well tonight. I appreciate everyone who tuned into my show earlier today, where I was giving y'all some honest feedback about being, being a content creator and things that we go to as being content creators. If you didn't see that show earlier today, by all means, go to my channel, check that out. And I did drop a whole lot of nuggets there, and I'm hoping that people want to take heed to the different things that I was sharing on that particular live. All right. So make sure you go check out that show that I did earlier today. Shout out everyone who's in the building right now. Salute. Salute. Shout out to everyone in the building right now. Sure, we got Jug in the building, and we got my boy Lionel in the building as well too. And we got everyone who are tuning in right now, and we also got people who are catching the replay. Shout out to all y'all as well too. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. So I don't want to delay this even further than what I'm doing right now. So let's go ahead and get into this content right now, y'all. So y'all heard the young lady, right? Y'all heard her explanation about dating while she's pregnant. So tonight conversation that we're going to talk about should a single woman who is 5 months pregnant date? Should she date? A lot of women, they say that, yeah, she should date. Why not? My question to y'all tonight is this. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that a woman who's 5 months pregnant, should she date? Now, if you're catching this right, you may be thinking that the woman is 5 months pregnant, she's in a relationship and dating while she's in a current relationship. We're not talking about that in that context, okay? We're talking about a single woman who just so happened got pregnant by a man, and for whatever reason, she's no longer dating or talking to this man, or they was in a relationship and they just so happened exit out of a relationship, or they probably got into a divorce. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about today. Should she date? Now, before y'all end up doing this, we're not talking about the whole situation if that woman were to get pregnant by something negative, such as grape or incest. We're not talking about that. That is not in this conversation at all, period. So don't even add that scenario into this conversation. We're talking about a woman who decided to get pregnant for whatever reason with a dude. Their relationship ended for whatever reason, right? And she's pregnant. And so she decided that it's better for her to get right back out there and start dating. Do y'all agree with that? Or do you disagree with that? I believe that a woman have every right to choose what she want to do. So in this case, if a woman who's 5 months pregnant, if she want to get out there and get into the dating market, and she want to date and have a good time or whatever case may be, by all means, get out there in the dating market and just have a good time and, do what you do. Because, hey, at the end of the day, it's her choice and decision. It's her choice, her decision, what she want to do with her life, right? I can't do this, y'all. I cannot do this. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I was trying to be serious, man, but I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. Y'all know good and damn well that I don't agree with this bullshit at all. Y'all know I don't agree with this. Y'all know I don't. Y'all know that my stance is that I don't agree with this at all, period. Not to say don't go into extremes, everyone, for real. But we're not going to get into the extremes of the situation. We're just talking about this particular scenario tonight. Because I know that's what people do. They want to go to the stream. Urban, what if this happened or what if that happened? We're not talking about that. We're talking about a woman who was in a relationship. She decided to exit out the relationship for whatever reason, right? And right afterwards, she wanted to get right back into the dating market. That is an absolute bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It is. It is. I believe that it is very, very, very immature, and also is very dangerous for that baby, for the woman to get it right back out there in the dating market and trying to date again. The reason why I say it's immature is because that woman just got out of a situation with a man. This woman made the conscious decision to lay up with this man for whatever reason and allow this man to ejaculate into her and get her pregnant. She made that decision because keep in mind that men do not control the access to sex. Women do. Women control whether or not if they're going to allow a man to sleep with them or not. And that's facts. No matter how much a dude think he have control of that, in reality, he don't. The woman do. The moment when that woman say no, guess what? No means no. Her body, her choice, correct? So even in this situation, right, she made the conscious decision to allow a dude to ejaculate into her and allow a baby to come out of this. In return, she made the decision. So if she made a decision, that she needs to live up to that decision that she made. She no longer don't need to be getting back out there into the dating market until after she done had this child, after the child at least turned about, to me, at least to the child turned about 6 years old, bare minimum. After when the child turned about 6 years old or whatever, then she could, if she wants to, she could get out there and date. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. But I want to get into this. I want to get into this because, like I say, I want to get y'all perspective on this topic. Do you agree that a woman should date while she's pregnant, or do you disagree with this? What's your stance on this? But I do want to get back into the video that I showed y'all in the introduction. Right, I want to get into this because I want to break a couple of things down of what she was saying. Okay. All right, so let's get into this. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, all right?
Hey, so I come here to tell y'all, and I'm going to be truthful and transparent with y'all. I am 5 months pregnant, and I went on my first date last week. And I feel like more ladies who are going through your pregnancy alone, it's okay to date as long as you have good intention.
Now, my question is this. She's saying that it's okay to date as long as you have good intentions. What is the good intentions part? That's where I'm having the disconnect with this. What's the good intentions? How do that look? What does that entails? Good intentions mean that you're trying to date with a purpose, meaning that you're dating with this dude so he can be a potential husband. That's the good intentions. Because how the way I see it, I don't see that as having good intentions at all. I don't. What I see that as a woman making a conscious decision to get out here in the dating market and manipulate a man to be the next father of her children. That's what I see. That's what I see. So how's the intentions good when you already coming right off the bat with bad intentions to begin with? Because you literally sort of putting this dude into a situation that he may not even want to be in. But we're going to get into the other part of this about, men who actually go for these women like that. We're going to get into this. We're going to talk about that. SBK Salute, welcome.
My child's father, when I met him, he acted like he was this church guy, was always in church, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, always there being supportive, right? We used to pray together. We would go, dates and events and stuff like that. But what got the best of us was the temptation of the flesh. And us giving in to temptation, it did cause me to get pregnant. Once
Wait a minute. So she said that she dated this church guy, right? She dated this church guy. The church guy was phenomenal to her. Ultimately, they end up on doing what grown adults supposed to do, which is to like each other, to have an attraction with each other, where ultimately end up where you're gonna have sexual relations with each other. They end up going ahead and decided, now keep in mind that she is the gatekeeper of her body, not the dude. So in reality, she is the one who decided that she want to allow this dude to enter into her body. She made the decision. Old boy disagreed to it. Now keep that in mind. But let's continue.
I told him, because I had made a promise to God, I'm 31 years old. I'm not about to be flying to another state to go kill a child, to unalive, sorry. I'm not gonna go do that. This is my son, not having a boy. As far as me and his relationship, he has not really supported me through this pregnancy. He only came to 2 doctor's appointments. He only texts every now and then. He don't have any children. He's 39 years old. Well, going to be 39 years old, and this is his first child.
Ladies, let me put y'all on game on this, okay? 2 scenarios is going to want to happen when the man find out that the woman is pregnant. Here's the first scenario. The first scenario is this: when the man find out that woman is pregnant, he's gonna be excited, he's gonna be happy, he's gonna be overjoyed. He might have some emotions, he might even cry. But he will be very proactive in the pregnancy because in reality, this is something that he wants to happen. That's the first scenario. The second scenario is this: that man is not going to be happy. He's going to be disconnected and everything. The reason why is because he don't want to have no child with you. Say that again. Because he don't want to have a child with you. Now, it's part of a man's biological nature to want to procreate. Procreate so he could continue his seed or legacy. Now, there are dudes out here right now that, they might be in their 30s or 40s or whatever, and they don't have no children. The reason why is because they haven't found the right woman to actually procreate with. They'll sleep with them, but they don't want to procreate with these particular woman. Then when they actually end up bonding with that woman, right, then that's when let's have a child. That's normally how it works. But when that dude is denying it, when that dude don't want to have a baby, that because he don't want to have a baby with you, the woman. So it's something about you. Something about you. One more time. Something about you that gave him that ideal that he don't want to procreate with you. Period. But it ended up happening. And so how the way she's talking, right? She's talking about where she don't want to travel to another state to get an abortion and different things like that. How the way that conversation went was like this. She said, guess what? I got something to tell you. What you have to tell me? I haven't been feeling good lately. Oh, for real? You've been taking medicine stuff. What's going on with you? I missed my period and I'm pregnant. You see how I'm looking? That's how the dude is looking. He's not happy. He's not excited or anything. He like, damn, I done fucked up. That's exactly how the way he's thinking. So he started thinking about like, man, damn, how did that happen? That's what's happening in his mind. Like, how did that happen? Then he started thinking back. He started revisiting all the times that he had sex with her and started thinking about like, damn, when did that happen? When did it happen? How did I mess up on this? What happened? And so afterwards, he like, so What you gonna do? That be the very next day he said, so what you gonna do? When he say that, right, that means that he do not want to keep that child. That means that automatically that this dude wants you to have an abortion with that baby because they don't want to have nothing to do with you and that baby. Automatically. Automatically. So she, and this how these type of women are as well too. Women react two different ways as well too in these scenarios, all right? If the woman sees that the dude is reacting a certain type of way contrary to how the way she is, that's how the way she's going to determine her decision. Once again, if a woman sees that the dude is reacting a certain type of way contrary to how the way she's feeling in that moment, that's going to be her ultimate decision. For example, if the dude is all super happy and excited and different things like that she's pregnant and she's not feeling that, guess what? She done already made her decision that she's going to have that abortions. Fact. If she made the conscious decision that she want to keep the baby, it's based on how the dude is reacting. In other words, it's not based on religion or anything like that. Don't fall for that bullshit trap. It don't have nothing to do with that. Trust me. It is based solely on how that dude is reacting. If that dude reacted to how do I show you this emotionless behind it, that woman going to make that decision to keep that child in spite of, because that dude didn't react the way she wanted him to react. Did she use that famous line, well, I'm deciding I'm going to keep it, my body, my choice. Or I'm going to decide not to keep it because my body, my choice. But let's continue. Joy, salute, welcome.
I was not expecting him to act that way. But long story short, I waited 5 months. 5 months into my pregnancy and said, you know what? It's lonely. A lot of crying, a lot of depression, a lot of wanting to give up, a lot of downing myself, making myself feel horrible because I was so stupid to just get pregnant by this dude when I wasn't even trying, you know?
That's absolutely bullshit.
That's bullshit.
She stood up here and said that she wasn't even trying to get pregnant. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Ma'am, you literally let this dude nut up in you. You literally open your legs up and allow this dude to penetrate you without using protection. So, and on top of that, you wasn't on proper birth control. So let's cut the bull crap out and take accountability of this. You wanted to get pregnant. You seen that this dude was a stand-up guy to you. This dude was a churchgoer. He believed in God. Y'all done went to church. Y'all done prayed together. All kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all believe in the same thing. And you say, hey, this could be my possible husband. And so you allowed that dude to penetrate you. So cut it out.
And so I decided to get on this dating site that was strictly for single parents. It's called STIR, right? STIR.
Well, okay.
I put in my bio, I am a pregnant woman that only wants to date and get to know somebody and possibly after the birth of my child, pursue something serious. Okay? So guys were still writing me.
So afterwards, she decided to go on to a dating website. This particular dating website is called Stir. I never heard of Stir before. I heard of others like Christian Mingle, POF, Match, you know, them ones. What's the other one? Black or something like that. Kendra G got a dating site as well too. So all these different dating sites, right? She decided to go on there, create her bio, and see what's up.
But you also got to be careful because a lot of those guys only want to like mate with you because they like, yeah, you're pregnant. And so a lot of them can be pervy. So you like got to be very careful. The guy that I ended up writing, that he ended up writing me, don't stay far from me at all. And we went on our first date last week. Happened to be a white guy. I've never.
I want y'all to understand that it was very important for her to mention that the dude was a white guy. The reason why is because she is following suit of this stereotype about black men. The stereotype about black men is this, is that we are not great fathers. We're not great fathers, and we don't want to accept our responsibility of having a kid. But they believe that men of other races or other ethnicity would take on the responsibility to do that. So that is the reason why she's letting y'all know that it was a white guy. Because other than that, it really didn't matter about the dude's race. If you're looking for a dude, it don't matter about his race. But she wanted y'all to know that because of that reason.
Dated a white guy before, so this was the first time. To this day, he is still such a sweetheart. That man tells me how beautiful I am every chance he get. And I'm not used to hearing that on the regular basis. Guys I dated in my past, the black guys, they would either tell me that I was too good for them, they would try to leave, they felt intimidated. Same old, same old.
So you mean to tell me that your baby daddy never told you that you was beautiful? He never told you was beautiful while he was having sex with you? He never told you that you was beautiful while y'all was at church together? He never told you that you was beautiful while y'all was going on dates and stuff too? He never said that to you, ever?
That's bullshit.
But this guy, he calls me every day. He texts me every morning when he's getting ready to go to work. We are going on another date tomorrow night. We are. And so far, so good. Everything is okay. He understands my situation. When I feel down about my pregnancy, he reminds me of how strong of a woman that I am to choose life. And I'm having my son who might be a mama's boy. And he just reminds me and give me affirmation and speak life into me that you're going to be okay. And I am not used to that, you guys. But it is an amazing feeling. It is an amazing feeling. I may get some negative backlash about this. I may. Who knows? But at the end of the day, me dating him and getting to know him has helped, along with church, with my depression, with wanting to give up, And so I am grateful. And I just tell all the other pregnant women, if you feel like you're alone, find God first. And then try to date. Try to date with no sex. Try to date with just getting to know each other, bonding, spirituality, emotionally. There's so much more than just sex in this world. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Oh, goodness. Look, she had did all that when she was with her baby daddy. They did all that bonding and things before she got pregnant. They did all these things, and she decided that the best course of action is to open up her legs and allow this dude to spread his loins in her. So now you're encouraging people to do the same exact thing. Spread your legs, allow the dude to open up to you, as long as you have some type of connection. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Once again, tonight's topic is this. Should a woman who is single and 5 months pregnant, should she be back out there in the dating market to date? That is what we are talking about tonight. So I'm curious to want to know y'all perspective on this. Do y'all agree that women should go out there and be back in the dating market? that they should go on the dating market and they should be dating while they're 5 months pregnant. Should they do that? Now, my opening statement on this is this. I say this and I'm going to say it again, is that I don't believe that a 5-month single woman who's pregnant should not go out and be in the dating market and date, period. Now, however, now, after her pregnancy, after when her child turns at least about the age of 6 or so, then absolutely you could go out there and start dating again. Absolutely. No problem. But for us, her being 5 months pregnant, no, not at all. The reason why, because there are so many negative things that's going against that woman while doing that. Now, she mentioned about this. She mentioned that one of the reasons why she was going back out there in the dating market is ultimately because of attention. The guy or her baby daddy stopped giving her the attention. The reason why he stopped is because he didn't want to have that child. That's the reason why. He didn't want to have that child. She didn't want to abort the child. And so they ended up having a disconnect. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they lost that disconnection. So she's saying that she is lacking that attention. She's lacking that social interaction. But the thing about it is that you don't have to go on a dating site to get the social interaction that you're doing. You don't have to go back into the dating market to do that while you're pregnant. I'm pretty sure that she have family. I'm pretty sure that she have friends that she could easily go and hang out and do all the social interaction her heart desire. Facts. But see, it's not about that. What it's about with her is this. It is about that she want a dude to be a sponsor for her child. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. She want a dude. She want a man to be simp enough to step up to the responsibility of taking care of a child that doesn't belong to him because the baby daddy don't want to do it. All because the baby daddy wanted her to get an abortion. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. So now she's going back out there into the dating market, literally selling herself, right? And on top of that, she is literally putting her child in danger of meeting a whole new dude all over again. Why pregnant? Don't know the intentions behind this dude, but I'm going to tell you the intentions behind a lot of these dudes, right? The reason why a lot of these dudes simp out and date a woman while she's pregnant is for one reason and for one reason only. They date that woman who is pregnant because they believe it's safe. I'm going to say again. They date that woman who is pregnant because they believe it's safe. What do you mean by that? They believe that since the woman is already pregnant, right, all they got to do is finesse the hell out of her, right? Or in other words, sponsor her, right, the way that she wants to be sponsored and allow her to once again open up her legs. Because they believe that the moment when she open up her legs again and, they ejaculate, right, that she's not going to get pregnant. That's their belief system. So therefore, they end up doing it. They go after a woman like that. Another thing too is that I want to throw it out here is this. It's dangerous because, to be quite honest with you, men like that have predatory behavior. They have predatory behavior. Because any man with common sense wouldn't go out and seek for women who are pregnant, nor try to go on a date with a woman who's pregnant and it's not their own child. No man who have common sense would do that. None whatsoever. So these type of men have predatory behavior that they going after these type of women because once again, they believe that it's safe for them to do it. And so they do it. So they go out so that these little boys will go to places where they believe pregnant women is at. Like say, for example, they'll go to places like places where pregnant women go, like a baby shop or whatever. They go places like that, right? They go to other places where they believe pregnant women are. They're going to these online dating sites, right? And they'll look at the woman profile, and if that woman profile say that she's pregnant, they're like, oh man, yes. They be targeting these certain type of women. So that's why I say that behavior is dangerous for her to even put herself out there like that to begin with in the first place. Let me share this with y'all. Did I already do this? Y'all already did this video. Let me share this with y'all. All right. I think I already did this video. I don't know, but let me share this clip with y'all too. Once again, y'all let me know what y'all think about this, and I'm gonna read the comments shortly about this on topic. All right. So is this the same lady?
I did a video about a week ago now on my trip, and I did like the whole eat 'em up challenge, and I made the caption, when you phone a stepdaddy, you are ready for your baby, etc., etc., etc. And that video is currently going viral a little bit, and I've been receiving some feedback in regards to the video. Well, for one, it was definitely just like content. I knew that it would do what it did, but two, I did want to address the topic of dating while pregnant or allowing another man to step in because the biological father of your child has made a decision to not be present or to not be active or to just suck, right? I think that everybody should do what works for them. Now, personally, I do feel like dating while pregnant can be weird and uncomfortable. As somebody who that is my story. The biological father of my child is not in my life. It's not in my child's life. And I don't really foresee the future. I don't know if that will change. But as of now, that is the situation. I really wasn't open to dating while pregnant simply because I just felt like I couldn't give whoever I was dating fully I was not emotionally available, or I'm not emotionally available to really give you myself. One of my boundaries while dating while pregnant, as I've been doing, is I just can't bring myself to sleep with another man. So I just felt like, why would you want to date me if you're not really getting anything out of it? You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like letting another man penetrate me with another man's child in my body. I don't judge any woman for what you decide to do with your body, okay? But me personally, I just can't bring myself to do that. Like, I just feel like it's taking it way too far. So yeah, I just wasn't open to dating, but it kind of just happened. And he's really been like, we're not in a relationship. Simply because I don't want to make anything official until months until my baby is here, just because I just feel like I can't commit to you, because right now my commitment is towards my child. And so, I don't know what things would be like, 3 months from now.
So my question is this: if she's feeling this way, right, then why entertain the whole ideal of it? In other words, why would she literally put this dude in a placeholder, knowing good and well she had these type of feelings about this very thing? That's my question. I don't understand the behavior behind this. I don't. Because keep in mind this. I also want y'all to consider this as well too. Whenever a woman becomes pregnant, right, and she's going through her trimesters, right, she go through a lot of changes. She go through physical changes. She go through mental changes as well too. And hell, if she's spiritual, she go through spiritual changes as well too, because her body and her mind and all that stuff is adjusting to the weight of this baby. Right? So I want y'all to keep in mind that. Keep in mind that through these changes, that woman's mind is not only on that child, but that woman's mind is on the child's father or the baby daddy, whatever you want to call him. Her mind is on that dude. That's where it's at. So why would it be logical for that woman, knowing good and well that she's already emotionally unavailable to begin with, to try to go into a relationship with another dude, knowing good and well you're not going to be emotionally available to that other dude. That doesn't make any sense to me. So instead, just don't date at all, or cut the bull crap out and try to figure out what's going on with your baby daddy and make it work out. If you can. If you can't make it work out, fine. It's fine. Go ahead and go through your term, go through your pregnancy, have the baby right. Then about 6 months, or not 6 months, but after when that child turned up to about 6 years old or whatever, then put yourself back out there in the dating market, because you'll allow yourself more than enough time to be a mother, to take care of that mother, do all the things that you need to do as a mother, all the way up until that child is 6 years old. And so now you're more stable, instead of putting that dude in a situation. Well, we also going to get into these dudes who choosing to do this, by the way, too, in a little bit. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up on the show.
When my child is actually here. Like postpartum, relearning yourself,
Postpartum.
first time mom. All my love is for my child right now. Like I don't have any space in my heart to think about an actual relationship. However, I am enjoying myself, and I'm happy that I have someone who is willing to go through this journey, with me, who is aware of everything that's going on. And we have a very transparent, honest relationship. It's not like I'm selling him a dream, like nothing like that. And vice versa. Like I think that we are on the same page with everything. And he's just like, one of his biggest things is like, I just want to help you. Like, I just want to be there for you. Like, I know this isn't easy. And it hasn't been easy. I make it look easy because that's just who I am. But it hasn't been easy. Yeah, like I'm just enjoying myself. I feel like I say a lot. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm grateful, and I'm just like taking in what God has sent me, because the way that this man treats me and cares for me and looks out for me, like with getting nothing in return, is like, okay, you're like heaven sent.
Have y'all noticed so far that both of these women have said the same exact thing? Once again, they said the same exact thing. They said that, hey, the guy that I'm talking to now, he's giving me all of this attention and stuff, right? And he's doing this with nothing, without me giving nothing in return. I want y'all to think about this. Think about this hard. Why would these two women would say something like this? Why would they say that? The answer to the question is because on a normal interaction between a man and a woman, right? If they both were single and she was childless, she's childless, or she's not pregnant, right? The normal interaction is that they both understand that it's a transaction that need to take place. That's where it boils down to. That is ultimately a transaction that needs to take place. But guess what? Since she's now pregnant, she believes that now she don't have to participate in the transaction. She believes that since she's pregnant, that means that she's exempt from the transaction. But therefore, the dude is still giving what she wants. She's getting something in return, and not the dude. This woman could very easily say that, hey, I don't want to do nothing with you because I'm pregnant. And guess what? This dude would literally simp the hell out and wait. She'll literally manipulate this dude to say like, hey, I don't want to do nothing for XYZ reason. Or maybe she'll lie to the dude to say, hey, if you have sex with me, you'll do something to the baby, something weird like that. And the dude would literally believe it. And he'll literally place himself as a placeholder for this woman. And so now she's getting all the benefits. The attention, the free dates, the free meals, everything, without giving nothing in return. Why this dude is simping for this woman? That is the ultimate game.
That's bullshit.
So yeah, will I probably be dating him a few months from now? I have no idea. Is this the person who I'm going to end up, allowing to be a stepfather to my child? I have no idea. I don't have the mental capacity to think about these things, and I know that it's
And listen to what she said. She even said that, look, is this dude ultimately gonna be a stepfather, meaning that is she gonna marry this dude? She told me, I don't have no idea. The reason why she don't know is because she know that she don't want to marry this dude. She know that. She knows she don't want to marry this dude. She knows she only had this dude as a placeholder just to use this dude for what she's trying to get out of it at the moment. Then once when he fulfilled that, then that's when it's a wrap. It's over. It's done.
not a simple, oh, it feels good, let's do it. It takes time. I've been dating this specific person for about 2 months. I don't know this person. You get what I'm saying? Somebody can have a mask and act one way for 6 months. Oh, a year, it's just not an easy decision, especially because I'm having a daughter. So I just personally, these are just my personal thoughts. I don't judge you again for what you do. Personally, I just feel like I'm having a daughter. Keep that in mind. I just can't allow any man to be around her. Like,
yeah, I can't. I can't. Your child is not even born yet. Now I can understand if your child already born and your child up in age, that you could feel them feelings or be that way or be protective over them. Then yeah, I get that, I understand that. But once again, your child is not even born yet. So what in the hell are you talking about? But yet it's still you saying that you don't want to allow a man to be around your child, your daughter, whatever the case may be, right? But you're literally putting your child around this man because you're making a conscious decision to date the dude, to go on dates with him.
it's going to take me a long time of observing, getting to know you, prayer, discernment, and you and me just really seeing. Only time will tell the type of person that you really are, the type of man that you really are, and if you're somebody that I would want to raise my daughter. Because I just can't be that woman who has like a bunch of different men coming in and out of my child's life. Like it's different, it's you're responsible for this person. You're this person.
Then why are you dating while you pregnant? That doesn't make any sense. If that be the case, why are you dating while you pregnant?
I'm my daughter's protector. And so yeah, those are just my thoughts. I just want to share with you guys and just a little bit about my current story. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun, and I recommend all moms to do that. Like, don't sit there and mope and weep and cry about the biological father of your child being present or not being present. Like, at the end of the day, the way I see things is like, you can't base your life of what you do with your body based off of another man. Like, you just can't do that because you'll be sitting here waiting forever. So, enjoy yourself.
So, in other words, it's logical for her to get over her baby daddy or the child father by simply thinking about another man. That's ultimately what she's telling you to do. The best way you can get over your baby daddy not being a baby daddy, right, is to go out and date another man. That way you won't be thinking about him. Did that make any sense to y'all? Is that even logical? We already know the answer to this question, y'all. We already know. I already said this on other episodes on how chaotic women are, especially in their mentality and the way how the way they think about certain situations. So it is it is what it is. It is what it is. Next clip, y'all. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? Where my fellas at? I need to talk to my men for a second. I got a couple questions that need answers. It's been on my mind for the last couple months, and I need to know. So I need y'all to come to the front center. Front center. Ladies, a few of y'all will be able to co-sign what I'm saying, but I need my fellas to answer. All right, y'all here? So what goes on in the mind of a man when they approach or when you approach a pregnant woman? not just being courteous or helping, but I mean when you're actually like DMing or approaching in the store, approaching in public, and like really pursuing, like offering dates and stuff. Like what goes on? Because
So she's asking a very legitimate question. So I'm gonna ask as well too, fellas in the chat and fellas who are catching the replay of the stream. What be going on in men mindset when they go and literally shoot their shot with a pregnant woman? Y'all let me know. Let's continue.
initially I was given passes, I'm like, I didn't start popping for a while. Like maybe they just think I'm a little pudgy. You know what I mean? But at this point, baby, it's obvious.
God damn.
This is all the way here. So I just want to know what is going on in the minds of these men. And so, of course, the bigger I'm getting and the more persistent men are getting, I'm like, what is this? Of course, my mind goes to the whole story of the pregnant pea. We all heard about that. Child. So I want to know, honestly, like, is that the driving factor for men approaching or pursuing pregnant women? Because the dates don't slow down, or the date offers don't slow down. The DMs don't slow down. The public approaches, don't slow down. And I mean, they be going hard in the paint. So I need a man to chime in here and tell your sis something. And don't get me wrong. It ain't for me. I don't judge no woman. Shout out to Cardi that decided to do what she do while she's carrying. I don't judge you. But as for me and mine, it's not happening. I can't even stomach the idea of laying with my own child's father. So I dang sure ain't finna lay with you. So I just talk to me, guys. Like your mind. I guess every woman is different, but like my mind is not even there for dating or just tell me something.
So let's shift the conversation, y'all. So at the beginning of the stream, we was talking about what goes on in the mentality of a pregnant woman. Why in the world would she want to get out into the dating market, knowing good and damn well she's pregnant? Why would she want to do that? And I already gave y'all different scenarios and examples of why she wants to do that. But let's shift the conversation. Let's figure out, why do men do this? Now, I already gave you several scenarios why, these men do that. But ultimately, the number one factor why these dudes do that is it have to be because these dudes are some goddamn betas and they simps.
Beta.
It is what it is. They some betas and they some simps. See, one thing about these beta simp men is this. In their mind, they believe that it's very difficult for them to get a woman, right? It's very difficult for them to get a woman, and so this is what they do. They'll engage in predatory behavior. How the way the predatory behavior looks like this. They will lead with their money. They'll lead with things that they could give to that woman, like time and attention and affection. They'll lead with all these different things, so ultimately they could get what they want to get out of the relationship, which it ends up with having sex with that woman. Now, it don't matter if that woman's pregnant or not. This is how the way these simps' mind is. This is how the way their mind moves. Okay? So they move this certain way. They go after these women and have this predatory behavior, trying to shoot their shot at these women, right? And these women be set up here falling for a hook, line, and sinker, not understanding that they have a predatory behavior behind them. To be quite honest with you, any woman who's pregnant should automatically think about that off of any man who tried to shoot a shot with her. That's facts. They should automatically be thinking about, man, this dude have predatory behavior. So see how predatory behavior, that therefore, I don't need to engage in this at all, period. Because, look, all attention is not the best attention for you. Once again, all the attention is not the best attention for you. Sometimes you just need to let go of just do not do. This is one of these situations where you don't need a man's attention. You don't need a man's validation so you can feel good about yourself while you're pregnant. You got other support groups. At least you're supposed to have other support groups to support you on that. And then South she said this in the chat earlier. She said that, hey, Urban, you do know that pregnant women do be horny while they're pregnant and stuff, right? Like, yeah, I know. I'm a father. Yes, I know. I know that. But even then, that doesn't mean that you literally sit up there and put your coochie out in the street so you can smash any old type of dude. If it's that serious where you feel like that you need to just get some peen and all the stuff there, right, and you just really need it, you got one or two options. You can either do it on your own, get a B.O.B., do it on your own, or patch it up with your baby daddy. Patch it up with your baby daddy and y'all just have an agreement. Have an agreement, say, hey, I don't want you, you don't want me, but I don't want to be going around having sex with nobody else, so hey, let us have a sexual relationship. I'm just saying, that's more safer than going out there and being for the streets and stuff, right?
She belongs to the streets.
So a dude could just pass you around and stuff. That's way more safer than that. I'm just saying. Lionel, she said, well, Lionel said this, wait, are they simps if they get the vagina? I mean, ultimately, yeah, if they end up accomplishing their goal, then yeah, that's what simps do. That's what simps do. All right, next clip, y'all. I promise y'all this live is not going to be very long at all, y'all. But here we go.
Is it okay to date while pregnant?
Most definitely you can date while pregnant. Who said you can't? Who wrote the rule book about dating when you're pregnant? Or said that you cannot date while you're pregnant? Girl, go ahead and date somebody, honey. All right? You still have the same basic needs, and I don't mean sexual intimate needs, but I mean like having the companionship of another adult that you're attracted to. You deserve that. Who said that you're not supposed to have those?
Wait a minute. She said that the woman deserved to go out on a date with a dude? Is that what she said?
Having the companionship of another adult that you're attracted to. You deserve that.
That's bullshit.
What?
See, it's not about what you deserve. It's not about what you are, what you believe that you're entitled to. It's about self-respect for not only you, but for your child. That's what it's about. Once again, you don't have to get companionship from the opposite sex so you can feel good about yourself while you're pregnant. No. What you need to do is be a part of different support groups for that. Have a support group like your family and your friends and, other loved ones that will help you through that transitional phase of your life. You don't need another dude to validate you like that. Because once again, when you seek out for these dudes, I'm telling you that these dudes have predatory behavior. I'm telling you that these dudes do not have the best interest for you at all because they are already thinking and knowing that this is not my child. This is not my child, so I'm not going to be putting forth all this effort into trying to be a father to a child that don't even belong to me. But what I will do is simp the hell out of it so I can get what I want out of this exchange, which the exchange normally end up with this dude smashing. And to be honest with you, it's a very easy smash. It's very easy to smash. All you got to do is bend that woman over and that's it. And in most cases, pregnant women, you can't split her like in the pretzel because they don't want to hurt the baby or nothing. So it does easy like that. And on top of that, guess what? This dude don't even have to run a marathon in her, nothing like that. He don't have to be an hour dude or nothing like that. He could be up in that mud for like about 5 or 10 minutes and be done. Because that woman is not going to be wanting it that long anyway while she's pregnant. She's not. She's not going to be wanting that want a whole hour longer. This dude pounding her or whatever, stuff like that. She's going to want him to go ahead and hit it and nut up and be done with it. So in his situation, it's a fair exchange for him when he get what he want. Because he don't have to be in there long. He could be a 1 minute man and be done with it. And she be cool with it. She ain't gonna talk down on that dude or nothing like that. So I'm just saying.
Said that you're not supposed to have those things because you're pregnant now. The man or whomever that you're pregnant by, honey, they're dating, doing whatever they want to do. So why can't you date while you're pregnant? Why? But he can, because I'm sure he's dating somebody else at this moment. I am sure he's out scooting and booting, figure eight, skating all over the place. All right? Go ahead and enjoy your life. Don't be worried about what other people got to say or think. It's your life and your body, your choice. Date away.
See, that's why it is very important for the men to not simp out and date these women. Because like she said, at the end of the day, it's her body, her choice. She do whatever the hell she want to do, right? Gentlemen, do y'all know that if this woman wanted to, right, depending on what state she's in, she could literally do this to you. She could allow you to go ahead and penetrate her, and she could say that, y'all been dating in a relationship, right? Knowing good and well, she know who the child father is, right? She could literally do this, right, to where the child end up finally being born. Guess what she could do? She could literally write your name on that birth certificate and say that this child is yours, knowing good and well it don't belong to you. Write on the birth certificate. Right after she write on the birth certificate, right, and if she don't want to be with you, guess what she's going to do? She's going to put your ass on child support. It ain't nothing you can do about that. It don't matter if you take a DNA test or whatever. She put your name on that birth certificate. That's a legal binding document. And you just became that child's father. So you mean to tell me that you want to risk it all just so a woman can do that to you? Got to move kind of differently. Lionel, he said this, I thought they were simps that was getting attention, but not getting the cat. That's also true too. Dudes who being simp, when they be separate doing all this stuff and not getting nothing in return, that's part of being a simp. Another part of being a simp is when they do stuff, they get a return. When they using their resources to get something in return. That's also being a simp as well too. Which is the thing in return is not getting into a relationship, but they just openly trying to have sex. Instead of just using who they are, using their characteristics or whatever the case may be. But since we're pivoting into this final direction, let's get into our final talker point. She did mention this, all right? And I'm going to rewind it back because this is going to go into our final talker point for tonight.
Out scooting and booting, figure eight, skating all over the place. Why? But he can, because I'm sure he's dating somebody else at this moment. I am sure he's out scooting and booting, figure eight, skating all over the place. All right? Go ahead and enjoy your life.
So she said this. The reason why she believed that pregnant women could go out there and be in part of the dating market is because her baby daddy is out there in the dating market. Probably be out there in the dating market right now, smashing a woman, whatever the case may be, right? Do y'all agree with this? A matter of fact, let's take it a step further. I told y'all earlier that my stance is that I don't believe that a woman should be out there in the dating market while she's pregnant. It's a no-brainer for me. But however, can this same thing be true about a man or the baby daddy out there in the dating market? Shouldn't he not be permitted to date as well too? What do y'all think about that? Should he be not permitted to date? What do y'all think? This is my own perspective about this. In this situation, I believe that the dude can date. I believe that the dude can be out there in the dating market. I know what y'all saying.
What?
I know what y'all thinking.
What?
I know it.
God damn.
Well, why would you say that, Urban? Why would you say that? Why it's not okay for her to be out there in the dating market, but it's okay for him to be out there in the dating market? Why? Why would you say this? Why is because it's simple. That dude is not pregnant. The dude is not pregnant. She's pregnant, not him. Once again, he is not pregnant. She is. It's a higher risk for her while being pregnant, going out there in the dating market and getting with another dude because she placing risk not only on herself, but on her baby. But for the dude, it's not a higher risk for him. It's not. He's not risking damaging the baby or anything like that, or placing the baby in a situation where it could be either toxic or it could be life-threatening, anything like that. He's not doing that because he's not carrying the child. She is. So yeah, he could most definitely go out there in the dating market and do whatever he want to do. And another thing that you got to consider is this. At the end of the day, just like what this woman said, right? She said this. All women say this. They say, my body, my choice. So in other words, they made a conscious decision to allow this dude to procreate. They allowed this dude to procreate with them, and they allowed themselves to have this child. My body, my choice. My body, my choice means that you as a woman have to take on the responsibility of carrying that child, including protecting that child. That dude don't have to take on that responsibility because he's not pregnant. Now, it's totally different if this dude is active in his child life. That's totally different. If he's active in his child life and he want to be a part of his child life, then no, he should not be out there in the dating market, period. He should be out there going to the OBGYN appointments and everything with this woman and help her all the way through this pregnancy process. That's what he should be doing. That's what he should be doing. That's what he should be doing. But if he's single, he don't want to have nothing to do with this woman, he don't want to have nothing to do with this child, then yeah, he could be out there in the dating market. Absolutely, he can. Why not? Last clip of the night, y'all. Here we go.
Well, just by the comment, I understand you have an issue with accountability. If you are pregnant, right? Let's just say, just for example, if you are the woman that's pregnant, you have to think about your body. You have to think about the baby that you are also holding. Now, your decision to date if you are pregnant, it has nothing to do with that man, especially if you're not with him in a relationship. Now, if you can't understand that, then this conversation may not go far. But you, as an individual, have freedom over your own body. Okay. Now, even if you're pregnant, you have freedom over your own body. You also have accountability over your own body. To say, but men date when they get other women pregnant. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. You're completely throwing the football into a different arena. Okay? If you and this man aren't together, there's a whole bunch of other different scenarios and what ifs that can come into play here. Okay? Like, if he is not willing to be a father to the kid, You chose wrong. And now your life and his life and the kid's life are going to be hectic for a long, long, long time. Okay. But to deflect and throw the football back into his courts to say that, but men date while they get other women pregnant, it does not erase, in this example, it does not erase the fact that you might be pregnant and you are choosing to date other men. I still don't understand how, deep down, why, if women choose to date while being pregnant on their own, like completely on their own, if they choose to date while pregnant, in my mind, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. There's so many different angles why I would say no. Number one, I need to try to get the father of the child in this child's life in a friendly manner so that the child can grow up with the best possible outlook and the possibility of becoming a great adult. Now, that's one. Two, if I was pregnant and, trying to date other men, I would not want another penis inside of me while the baby of another man is growing. Like, that child is going to grow up, and in my mind, like, I'm looking at my child and thinking, man, you are his father, but you had other DNA all over you. Like, this is crazy. Throwing the football over into the man's arena to justify if you want to date while pregnant is.
See, and that's the point that I was making too. At the end of the day, when these dudes have this predatory behavior at ours ends that they want to smash their woman, they're not going to be one to be with their woman just because of companionship. Why in the hell would they choose a pregnant woman to do that when they got other options? That's ultimately that I want y'all to understand tonight on this. These dudes have other options. They don't have to choose a pregnant woman at all. They can get just a single woman and do the same exact thing with the same exact resorts. But these particular type of men, I'm telling y'all, I'm letting y'all know that these type of men have predatory behavior. They're doing this intentionally for a reason. And you as a woman need to be aware of that. That's why it's not safe for you to be going out there in the dating market and trying to date while you're pregnant.
It's crazy. Like I said, it is an indication that you have issues with accountability, self-accountability. Now, again, before you retort some stupid comeback, this at all does not erase the responsibility of the man being a good father or being a present and a father. So if you at all come back and say, well, he needs to be, listen, you aren't listening, but now you know. And I guess there's one last thing, actually. Now, we have a lot of people who speak like this, a lot of women who speak like this. They have the concept that men and women are equal. Men and women, in fact, are not equal. Okay.
Big facts. And this is the driving point of the final one discussion we're going to talk about right now, is that we live in a culture right now that they throw this word equality out way too loosely, where a woman wants to be equal towards a man. They want to do everything that a man do. This has been proven in this culture. You have women who want to dress like a man. You have women who want to talk like a man. You want women who want to behave as a man, but still have women benefits. In other words, no, that's We are not the same. We are two different biological creatures with two different mentalities, with two different anatomy built in us. So the things that a woman go through, a man is not gonna go through. Like, say for example, a woman go through her emotions and she go through PMS and different things like that. We don't go through that. We don't. So let's think about this in this perspective, since I'm thinking about this, all right? So let's say a woman who's on her period, right? Since that woman is on her period, since we're being equal, right? Since that woman's on her period, do that mean that the man have to pretend to be on his period, be on the period as well too, while the woman's on her period? A matter of fact, they got devices out now where they could attach it onto a man's stomach, and that man could feel the intensity of the woman while she's on the period and stuff, right? So you mean to tell me that since the woman is on her period, this dude have to buy a device and he have to strap this device on his stomach, right? And he have to be on the period too, as well as the woman? No. No. So likewise, the same as that thing. Just because that woman pregnant, that means he's pregnant too and he can't do it? No. Because we're two different people. We're two different beings. That's why.
Not equal. Okay, we're different. We are similar, like we're both human, but we're not equal. I have a superpower and so do you. And you have your desires in life and I have mine. Like, you might be shorter than me and I'm taller. I have a beard and you don't. Like, there's many other things that I can continue to point out. Men and women aren't equal. So when people say stupid stuff like this, deep down, they feel as if a double standard is a bad thing. Okay, you can only have double standards if differences exist. Okay, you will not have the same standard with an apple pie and then a cherry pie. You don't expect the cherry pie to taste, smell, and be cooked and developed the same way an apple pie is. It's different. There's a standard that is different. Now, men cannot get pregnant. So that means the standard is different. Okay? That there is not like, now if you and him are in a relationship together and he gets you pregnant and he's committed to you, he said, I'm committed to you. And then he's out here dating, whole different story. Okay?
Facts.
Now, I don't appreciate comments like this because it just deflects and it wastes people's time. Like, it's like you're an agent of chaos. Like there's confusion, and then there's what I call confusion campaigns, right? Like sexual liberation. That to me it's a confusion campaign. Deflection is not of God. Confusion is not of God. If it's on the internet, it will always be on the internet.
So what do y'all think about his perspective on this song? What do y'all feel? Is everything that he's saying very valid? Is everything what he's saying is on point? How y'all feel about his point on this? How y'all feel about it? Because just like I say, I already said what he said. I already said, and I agree with him on that. Is that at the end of the day, yeah, it's okay for a man to go out and date because we're two totally different people. We're two totally different things. The woman is the one who's carrying this child around, not the man. The woman is putting not only herself but the child at risk of going out on these type of date with these men that you don't even know. Not the man, but the woman is going through that. So therefore, it is practically fine for that dude to go out and date while his baby mama is pregnant. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's absolutely something wrong for the baby mama to be going out there in the dating market and dating. The reason why, because you're pregnant. So the only logical thing for that woman to do is either, if it's not a toxic relationship, make amends, fix whatever's going on with your baby daddy, whatever it is, and work it out, and y'all co-parent together. That's what you can do. If that's not possible, then fine. You don't have to do that. Do you continue to do what you do? But however, you do not need to be out in that dating market, period, until after that child is at least 6 years old. Some people will get out there in the dating market right after the child is born, which I done heard before. Other women, they'll sit up here, wait about after 6 months and stuff, right? They get out in the dating market. No, none of that. Nope. Wait until that child at least about 6 years old. No dating, period. Until after that child's at least 6 years old, bare minimum. And it's a reason why I'm saying this. My last talking point about why I believe that a woman shouldn't be out there dating, right, is this. Let's say that after when you have this baby, you're dating, going through dating dudes, right, and you date this one dude and stuff, right, that you think that could be potential. While that child is a baby, right, that child is not going to let that mom know if something is going on with that child because they can't express themselves yet. They're not developed enough. In this situation, there are dudes who have predatory behavior, even with babies. Yes, there are men out there who have predatory behavior, even with babies, because in their mindset, they know that this child is not theirs. So they'll do these little certain things and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying, to this child. And this child can express itself because they're not developed yet to express themselves. And the reason why I say at least wait till the child becomes 6 years old or older, because at that point, the child is developing cognitive functions where they be able to express themselves, right? They have these cognitive functions where they now could be able to express themselves. So if that dude were to do something to that child, then that child could express themselves. They could let mommy know that, hey, Billy Bob had touched me on the place that he shouldn't have touched me, versus a baby. So that's why I say wait until the child is at least up in age and stuff, right, where they have the cognitive functions and abilities where they be able to express themselves, how the way they need to express themselves. That is a way how you can protect not only yourself, but your child. But dating while you pregnant, no, not at all. Just don't do it, because it is not worth it at all, period. It's not. It is so dangerous dating while you're pregnant. It really is. It's so dangerous. I say what I said. Salute, welcome. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. Appreciate everybody else on tuning into the stream as well too. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole conversation, all right? What do you think about it? Do you believe that a single woman who is pregnant, do you believe that it's okay for her to go out into the dating market and date men while she's pregnant? Do you believe that that's okay and that's acceptable, or do you disagree with that? What would be your reason why you agree with this? What would be your reason why you disagree with this? You know, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all let me know how the way you feel about this discussion, even about what I said about it, my viewpoint about it. Y'all let me know what you think about it, whether you agree with it or not, whether you agree or you disagree with that. Because like I said, my stance is that no, that is too much of a risk to do that. It is. You're risking the safety of yourself as a woman, and you're risking the safety of your child, because you just don't know dudes' attention. And just like I stated earlier, whenever these dudes or these simps, right, be going after these pregnant women, they're doing that with a purpose. Now, I had at the beginning of the show, right, well, the trailer of the show, I was showing a clip. I was showing the clip telling y'all about the intentions of men. When we out there in the marketplace, right, we do have intentions. We do date with a purpose. We do things with a purpose. We do it for one or two reasons. The first reason that I said on there is simply to smash. The second reason is because we want to look for companionship to ultimately be married to that woman. In this particular situation, I'm letting you know that the reason why these dudes is going out there and trying to date these pregnant women, going on these sites to try to date these pregnant woman is because of predatory behavior. It's simply because they want to smash, and it's predatory behavior. And you should avoid these men at all costs, period. The best way you can do that is by not placing yourself out there in that market, period. And like the other woman in the situation, she said that the dude just came out of the blue and tried to shoot a shot at her. She was just at the stove chilling, and he tried to shoot a shot with her. Even then, you as a woman should recognize the predatory behavior, because no dude is not going to talk to you. Now, I want y'all to understand this too, because I know women, when they going through their pregnancy, going through the term, they be going through their emotions. I understand that when women go through their emotions, they be going through, feeling inadequate. Their body is changing. Their face is changing. Like some women face and nose swell all up where they believe they don't look as good as they were prior before they became pregnant. And so they be going through all these things, and they feel like that they're not beautiful no more. They feel like that nobody is not attracted to them anymore. All of that is understandable. But look, even because you feel that way, that doesn't mean that you should allow a man to validate you like that, to validate you to the point that you need to feel beautiful about yourself. Because once again, when these dudes approaching you like that, guess what? These dudes have predatory behavior. I'm telling you that they do. From a man, they have predatory behavior. They don't mean the stuff that they say. They don't mean the stuff that they say, hey, beautiful, knowing good the way you predator, hey, beautiful. They don't mean that. They're literally a predator. They're literally trying to come after you. Because the whole rumor is that, hey, they could get with a pregnant woman and they could smash with no strings attached. That's what they're thinking about. So just don't do it. Just don't put yourself out there like that, period. Even if these dudes approach you, this is the moment where you literally be curving the hell out of dudes for real. This is a time where you literally be curving dudes. Like, don't even give them the time of day, period. This is a time where you literally be rude as hell to these dudes. Dude approach to, hey, what's up, mom? Fuck you. That should come out of your mouth. You should be literally cussing them the hell out because you're pregnant. And you're doing it not to be rude, but you're doing it to protect yourself and that child. Facts. That's why you should be a straight asshole to these dudes. Because you're protecting yourself and you're protecting your child. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. I said what I said. She said, nope, she don't believe in that. She said the baby has a father and he should be able to bond with his child without the interference of another man if you don't want to confuse the child. Also, don't trust strangers with children that is not their own because they're predatory behavior, which is very common right now. And finally, a real man would not want to get involved with a pregnant woman anyway. All of that, I agree. All of that, I agree. I agree with you. All of that. All of that. So, tonight on this show, pregnant women, don't do it. Don't date. Just chill out and you just be a mom and take care of responsibility. If the child father is not in their life, then hey, to be quite honest with you, y'all both chose wrong. You chose wrong with him and he chose wrong with you. Get over it and just move forward. And at the end of the day, it is your body, it is your choice. And you're the one who decided to keep this baby instead of aborting this baby for whatever reason. You decided that. So you have to deal with the wrong choices that you made and you have to take accountability of it. So it is what it is. So once again, appreciate everybody tuning into the show tonight. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate those of y'all who are catching the replay of the stream as well too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a whole lot. Finally, if you didn't catch my stream earlier today where I was giving people advice about content creation, by all means catch that stream because I was giving away a lot of nuggets there on that stream to help you out as a content creator, all right? So make sure you tune into that stream and let me know what you think about that as well too. As well as you let me know what you think about this current stream as well too, all right? So other than that, y'all have a really good night and I will see y'all again on the next episode.